Welcome back to another week in my life. My name is Brianna and I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. If you do, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with 2 people. It'd be so great to help grow and everyone else can see what's going on. So to start out this week's video, it was so stormy. The sky was just so dark. And I'll show you some more clips in a little bit, but it was a crazy weather day. We usually don't get this much rain, but we did. I also did a little bit of exercising, which if y'all been following, well, I don't really talk about it as much. I've been trying to do a lot better with exercising. I used to be in a really good mode of it, a really good pattern, and it's just been really hard to kind of get back into that since I got married, and kind of a little bit before I got married. But this was kind of this beginning of kind of getting back into it. So it definitely took me a while still after this to be very consistent. But it's a good start, right? Okay. Just went into the bathroom and found this. That ugly thing. It's time to spray for spiders. That's all I'm saying. I do not like spiders. Alright. It is now time to spray the house. I saw those spiders on my car yesterday and definitely did not like it. But that's one in the house and that one was big. Definitely. I don't know, anything that's kind of gets in my car, like I don't like. And definitely spider, no, Now, we're gonna clean that window, and that's what we're gonna do after this rainstorm. So probably sometime this weekend or the next week, we're gonna spray for the spiders. I also took a moment to go outside and enjoy the rain, and you can see my hands a little cupped. We kind of this like clear, weird, translucent. It's not quite clear or translucent, but I get the gist. It's like plastic covering over part of our backyard, and there's definitely parts that leaks. So as I was sitting there enjoying it, I tried to catch a little bit so I didn't get drenched. So I started off this day with some homemade chocolate coconut flour muffins, some strawberries and oranges, and I'm surprised I never filmed making these chocolate muffins because they were so yummy. Logan loved them as well. And then here is my little herbal tea, the red raspberry leaf tea, so drink that too. After breakfast I actually went to a seed saving class. And they went over about how to save them, and so I got some free ones, which was awesome, and I'm excited to plant once we have more space. I then started working on some homemade beef broth. If you remember, I made some chicken a while ago, and I actually just never had used it, and it went bad, so I don't even know how it turned out, but I was doing some beef, so this is just onions, garlic, beef, and then thyme. I also, that day, I got a call to feed the missionaries in our church, so I decided to make some fajitas. So this is just kind of cutting up stuff for that. Also made some homemade salsa for the fajitas, but they turned out so scrumdiddlyumptious. So I started this day off by doing laundry. I always love to do laundry on one day, at least to wash it all. Now, I don't always do that with folding it. I usually will do it in a day or two. It used to be sometimes several days, but I've been trying to get it in within a day or two now. But just doing it one day for me really helps me to be able to get it, making sure I don't forget it, and then it goes bad. Forget it, and then it goes bad, sorry. But I think it's easiest. Not everyone does that, but for me, it's definitely easy to do in one day, go through all my stuff, sort it, and just a lot easier. Also, a little plant update with these little starts of peppers and tomatoes are coming along so well. I'm so proud of them. I love my little plants. I don't know if I had explained this in any other video, but I started taking the red raspberry leaf tea. I heard it was really good, not only for labor is the big thing, but I also had heard it's good with fertility. Where me and Logan are trying to get pregnant, I thought, hey, why not? So no, we're not pregnant yet. This is not some announcement. I just wanted to try to do that. So right now I'm trying to flavor it with sugar because I've had some problems with honey. So I wish I could do honey really, really bad, but I can't. So sugar it is. For lunch, I had a bowl of strawberries and apples, and then I had leftovers of those Sloppy Joe sliders from my last video, so I had one of those as well. Okay, please ignore the dirty window, but I had to show this. I needed a target for axe throwing, and Logan was amazing and made it for me. It was for a church activity. This is just a shot of me refilling this little container I use for olive oil. I don't even know the name of them, but just refilling it because I use a lot of olive oil. So if y'all watched my last video, you'll remember that I've been trying to incorporate radishes and like them, so this was another time, and I'm actually really liking radishes, so it's a good thing, I think, right? So I believe this day I was making a stroganoff of some sort. I honestly can't really remember. It's one of my made-up recipes. I love just kind of mixing stuff, so this one was radishes and mushrooms and then hamburger, and I cut the mushrooms and radishes really small to kind of hide them in. Logan doesn't like a lot of vegetables, but if it's in really small pieces you can't really tell, so I try to do stuff like that. So I had those going, and then I also had a homemade Alfredo sauce I was making up. Okay, I am so excited to show you guys this. I started my own sourdough start. I found this recipe from the farmhouse on Boone and was so excited to get it started. I then started working on some yummy chocolate zucchini bread. I have been making this for years and decided to make some because I'm craving it, and decided to have some. I really should do a tutorial here soon about it because probably need some more of my diet, So after I started dishing them up into the pans, I realized that I didn't put the baking soda or baking powder in. So I went back, put everything back in the bowl, and then put that in. So then I could re-put it in the pans and cook it. Hey y'all, there are many mistakes in homemaking and baking, and trying to catch them as soon as possible, but usually can fix them too. Oh my gosh, I forgot salt as well. What was wrong with me this day? Oh, and then here's a shot of the axe throwing target that Logan made the other day. Turned out really cool, I think. And everyone loved it. So this was the day that I filmed planting my whole garden. So this is kind of more like the behind the scenes little shots for that. Definitely a lot of fun, and I've been so excited since then to have them all planted. So for dinner, I barbecued some chicken with some spadel seasoning, and then of course had to have more radishes. So, no judgment. They're great. There's been a lot of radishes in this video. Oh, I forgot that I also had some zucchini with the radishes. Pretty good. So this winter, I threw some old squash that were really moldy into my mulch bin, and they ended up going crazy with seeds. So that was kind of the clip of me trying to save them, and with a few of them, transplant them again. And then I also really needed to water all my indoor plants. You can see this one was so sad, needed some water. So I went through and watered all of my house plants. And also did ice on my hanging one, because I didn't have time to pull it down, but ice seems to help a little bit to help it last longer. Also, I was on a business trip over the weekend and I totally broke out in rashes, so this is some of the stuff that I've been using to help with it: calamine lotion, Tri-Ease, and lavender. It's been a struggle. So this shot is me working on my sourdough start that I started. There's a lot of work at the beginning, but once you get it going, it's really easy. So to help with the hives and all the itching, I decided to try to take an oatmeal bath. So I do have like a wheat grinder that could have done the oats, but I thought I would try to do it in a blender. It did not turn out the way I wanted, but I think part of it is the blender just wasn't that good. But so I kind of got into like mostly small pieces, but definitely not what I was hoping for. Hey guys, wow, I thought I'd get on and just talk a little bit and show my face. It has been a crazy, weird, just not a good weekend. Had a full-on breakout with hives, which I've never done before. I've gotten like rashes, but never anything this big or bad. And so it's definitely not been what I wanted, but today they're doing a lot better. Feeling a little bit better for the most part. I went and did a whole bunch of shopping with my mom, and everything's been like sort of good, so I think we're good. I took that oat bath last night. I think that helped, and taking more Tri-Ease, so hopefully we'll feel better, because it's definitely not what I wanted. So I do need to go get an allergy test soon, and then we can figure out what's causing all this, so hopefully we'll find out soon. and what's going on. It'll be better. But I want to tell you guys a funny story. So I was at this conference and for work. And maybe y'all won't even think it's funny, but I think it's hilarious. And so we're just there. It's a really slow time. A bunch of people were in classes, and so not a whole lot was going on. But there's a lady who's walking past, and we had kind of talked to her a little bit before about everything. She was walking past, and she's like, "Have you seen have you seen Samantha?" And I was like, "I don't even know a Samantha." And then I had to hold myself in as I realized we just quoted Frozen 2, which I hate Frozen 2. Sorry. But that was the only funny part of the whole entire movie that I love, and I loved that line. And we repeated it, and I was laughing, and I thought it was awesome. So that will forever be one of the best moments of my life. But, alright, I'm going to get to making a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of baking and cooking and all that fun stuff. So, let's go. So I first made my red raspberry leaf tea, and then I started trying to make some perfume with vodka and essential oils. Starting it out, I really want to make more natural products without chemicals, and this is one of the first things I've been trying to experiment with. I got some low pasteurized milk from Good Earth, and I was just going through and putting it into its own little jars so then I could freeze it and have it for later. Actually, milk does really good this way if you don't drink it really fast. And then later I actually went through and pulled off all the cream, each individual jar, because I want to save that for a different project, but that's kind of what's going on here. I then got a whole bunch of mushrooms, and I was cutting them up into a bunch of small little pieces, like dicing them, and then putting them into the freezer to use for later, and then you have fresh mushrooms whenever you need them. So I never really filmed the process, but the other day after I made the bone broth, I actually froze it into little tiny jars too. Well, I guess pint jars, they're not really that tiny. And then I made this Thai soup, and with some pork chops along the side. If you guys like this video, I would love if you could share it with at least 2 people. It just really helped me grow. Make sure you subscribe if you are new and give this video a thumbs up. Have a great day, great night. God bless.